Todd Simpson. I'm the Chief Product Officer at HHS. I think HHS is positioning itself to be a leader in IT in the government. Number one, we're looking at all aspects of the business and looking at as some of the leadership would say, the connecting tissue between the muscle and the organs and the other membranes in the body that makes up HHS. It's kind of an interesting analogy that I like to use, because as I go through my daily travels at HHS, you find all kinds of different mission-related activities that are going on, different use cases, if you will, to support. And I think that what HHS is doing is kind of unique. It's got a Reimagine initiative, and it's brought senior leadership into this Reimagine fold with the intention of looking at everything, things that may not have been politically suitable for scrutiny before. There are no sacred cows with the Reimagine initiative. And I think the Reimagine initiative is kind of giving us an opportunity to do a reset. Not just at HHS proper, but across HHS when it comes to how we're looking at shared services, capacity management, IT security, the way that we're managing our network. I could look at any one of those areas and I could pick a big initiative. Just in the network alone, there's a huge initiative around our internet and our intranet and the way that we're connecting back to our cloud service providers. And we're taking an approach now which is radically different than the approach that we had kind of set a year ago. And that is an offshoot of the leadership evaluating and scrutinizing and looking at the way that we're doing things and readjusting around what's practical and what's pragmatic. So data is driving everything. And I would say that one of the biggest initiatives that I'm working on right now is an administrative data hub. That's its technical name. We're looking at taking our administrative data to include our budget data, our grants data, our facilities data, and putting that in a central location, not specifically removing it from the transactional systems that it currently resides in, but having real-time feeds from the transactional systems back to a data hub where we plan to apply artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities to that data to harmonize the data and to make better decisions. We actually looked at 66 different use cases when we were making the decision around the AI technologies. We're going to have a concentrated hub of administrative data, and we're going to have machine learning capabilities, real-time analytics, advanced analytics, and all kinds of cool stuff that we don't have right now. So I think it's going to be truly transformative. And the one thing that I can say is that the leadership at HHS is fully committed to this initiative. And there are some other initiatives that are going on across HHS too that are similar to that around the programmatic data, but one step at a time. I know that there are endeavors going on like Jose Arrieta's Accelerate program, which is a blockchain initiative where Jose took procurement data and put it into a blockchain and then invested in some AI capabilities around that data. That's the kind of modernization that's taking place in the data realm. We've got heavy blockchain, we've got AI coming, and it's coming fast. At the Optives, there is already AI. When I left FDA, I was working with some of the oncologists over there on some data initiatives very similarly to what I'm doing here. In fact, it was kind of the inspiration behind coming to HHS and what we could possibly do at a higher perch. Around some of the other areas of the business, specifically the platforms, I can say that I'm trying desperately to get out of the development business where I'm developing in .NET or in Java. I'm trying to distance myself from that kind of work as much as possible, and I'm trying to do more development in the platforms. The new CPO role was really designed to be kind of that intermediary broker to make sure that if it already existed, we were able to reuse it. So what I'm doing is I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel in the CPO role. I'm trying to leverage the stuff that's already been done out there. In the absence of a really defined, mature governance model. We can look at what the optives are doing, and we can kind of use that as our gauge. Okay, so this is the direction FDA is going in, this is the direction CDC is going in. So that defines like the lines that we have to stay within. And then I operate within those lines. So when I see, like the ServiceNow example, a lot of optives swelling around one technology, that's when I kind of descend on that. I've now stood up my own ServiceNow platform for interoperability, providing ServiceNow capabilities to about 8,000 OS customers. So I'm providing services back to those folks, but I'm also trying to get ahead of the interoperability so that we can interconnect all those ServiceNow platforms later. But also we're looking at the contracting around the ServiceNow, and we're working with ServiceNow to get the lowest price points and to get basically the biggest bang for our buck for our investment. So that's just one example of what the CPO is doing, both from a contracting standpoint and a technology standpoint.